As I lay down here, about to go to bed, gotta get some rest for a few hours, get up and handle some business. Gotta take care of this voiceover work I gotta do for a homie of mine. And a few other things, but before I lay it on down, just wanted to get into this topic. Sister recommended to me about potential. About women looking at guys who they're dating, especially in the beginning portions of them dating, like the first few months or whatever, 3 to 4 months or whatever, right? They see the potential in a guy. They see that he might be good for them in the long run. Everything that he's saying that he is, it appears everything's on the up and up. She's optimistic. And then you have to compare it to what is tangible, what's real. What is it the guy's doing in the long run she's supposed to look for, especially in those beginning phases, to where that potential that she thinks is there is actually there, and she can help cheerlead that or help him attain a goal as he can do the same for her. Help cheerlead her and attain her goals as time goes by. Now, before I get into it, just want to plug a few things. So you want to be a baller, Cosgrave Cigar to go from broke on the bus to balling in the bands. You gotta go ahead and cop that. If you're a fan of the 48 Laws of Power, then trust me, you're gonna dive right in and gain a whole bunch of information. All right. For couples, coming up, we have VIP confessions. If you want to do a few strange things with your boo thing behind closed doors, go ahead and get VIP confessions, learn a few things, be entertained by the stories, as well as gain some of the carnal knowledge that's shared in the voice of the dancers who the book is based off of. 12 different dancers sharing their stories and their freaky deaky moves that they did to get that cash, besides shaking that ass. Know what I'm talking about? Also, coming soon, Cop Slide Crook Slide Statistics Don't. Editing that. Be on the lookout for that pretty soon. Also editing So You Want to Get Hitched, a guide for those sick of being a side piece. Also going to edit. Well, not edit, but I am putting together bit by bit. And I'm having fun doing it too. How to sell dope and not go to prison. Something like that. That's what I'm going to call the book. How to Sell Dope and Not Go to Prison. It's going to be a compilation of poems, short stories, and things of that nature. But mostly short stories. Some satire, some magical realism. Just really mix it up with some of the tricks of the trade that I've picked up along the way while becoming a better writer. But yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm going to work on, fam. But yeah, and if you need a writing service done, website content, shoot, I even do online marketing and stuff, just hit me up. If you need a ghostwriter for your books, just hit me up. I do everything, man. Resumes, cover letters, just holler at me, baby. I got you. Check out my writing services and my books and manuals at www.thehootiewritingandpublishing.com. Just go ahead, go into the bookstore and more. And also check out the writing services. Contact me, we can negotiate something. I'll try to be as fair as possible. Now that the shameless plug is over, let's get into the topic at hand. Now, in the beginning stages of when people are dating, right? That's the honeymoon phase. Usually during the honeymoon phase, a woman Well, a person sees what they want to see, especially if they're smitten. Because for some reason, whenever people get smitten, whenever people feel like they're in love, they seem to get stupider and stupider. It's even been scientifically proven that those who are in love, they will let things slide, but they won't let other people slide with it, period. I mean, there's situations with women where, if a dude would be like, you a bitch, she'll look at him like, fuck you calling bitch, who you trying, and this, that, and the third. She might want to come to blows with that person, right? Curse that person out and everything for calling her out her name. But she mess around, link up with a dude, he dick her the fuck down while in the middle of fucking. He calling her all kinds of bitches. Like, yeah, take this dick, bitch. Oh, what's happening, bitch? What you doing? She might smile, laugh, and giggle, thinking this shit cute, depending upon how he says it and how well he dicked her down. I'm not making this shit up, it just is what it is. Why? Because, hell, I've done it in the past. Yeah. I'm sort of snitching on myself, before I became more aware of my actions, and I've had my bit of rough patches, if you will. But enough about that. Bottom line, the more in love somebody is, the stupider and stupider they kind of become. So she sees what she feels is potential. Like, wow, he working, he say he going to school, and he loves me, he said he cared for me, he says he always call me, he's always around me whenever he has time, he's always with his mom and grandma, he says he takes care of them all the time, and whatever the case may be, right? He's putting on the best effort in the beginning. He's most interested. The sex is still new, it's still fresh to him. The first 3 to 6 months, Hell, some dudes, they'll hit it and quit it if it's given to them too fast. But if there's some kind of relationship to be built from it, then yeah, man, it's good to him in the first few months. Everything's all good, man. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting along, and she just sees him as the man. That honeymoon phase where everything that he says, is peachy. Everything that he says he's gonna do, even if it seems a bit far-fetched or a bit too out of there, Some dudes, they'll sit up there and be like, yeah, I'm trying to get my rap career off the ground, right? Yeah, I'm doing a little school thing, seeing what's going on, what's happening, whatever the case may be, right? And once again, the woman, she's like, wow, he seems to have goals, he seems very smart, he seems to know what he wants, he seems very decisive. I really love his swag, how he carries himself. He might be husband material. He calling me his girl. See what I'm saying? So she just smitten. He invites her over to Thanksgiving, not realizing she's probably the third girl to show up there to Thanksgiving over a 4-year span or whatever, you know what I mean? Like hear what I said, third girl within a 4-year span, showing up to Thanksgiving or Christmas, smiling, talking about, hey y'all, thinking everything all good. She's seeing potential in this person. Smitten. Right? All in love. Sex game got her going insane. She's dickmatized. But then, if she snaps out of it, if she herself is pushing forward towards something, if she herself is wanting more, right? She'll take a step back, might even take some advice, read a few books, or just piece it all together herself and start looking like, hey, I've been with this dude for a little bit and some of what he's saying don't match up. Alibi's not matching up, bullshit catching up. Hit him with the RICO because they repoed his vehicle. Shit was all good just a week ago. You know what I mean? Let's see if she'll forgive his weak ass, because honesty just ain't him, right? Start peeling back the layers, ladies. When you move from the potential phase to get out of that lovey-dovey haze to seeing what tangibles he's bringing to the table. Hell, tangibles and intangibles. Everything coming together, right? Now, instead of just prospects, right? Instead of just promise, start seeing what's progressive, what's there, what's proof in the pudding. All right? You move away from the potential area and you start digging into what is recognized as, I'm trying to put this in the best way possible without sounding too harsh, but you pull away from that to what's called progression. Yeah. You're separating the potential from what's progression. All right? Now, what do you do to spot that? You start peeping what he said. He said he had a job, right? Where does he work? How many hours does he work? Does he wear a uniform to this job? What equipment does this job entail? What are the rules of this job? How was the interview? What's the work attire like? What equipment must he operate? Where's his ID badge? Things of that nature, right? You start looking into things. Is he really employed where he says he's employed? Yeah, there are guys, they'll sit up there and lie about what job they got, knowing damn well they're on unemployment or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Just faking the funk or whatever the case may be, just so they can link up with a woman, right? That's number one. Look into if he really working or not. All right? Number two to look for in progression. If he ain't working, is he freelancing? What is he doing to get money? You know what I'm saying? Is he keeping it 100 with how he's getting his paper? Because if he's at least doing that, then shoot, you kind of get out of pass. You can work with that. You know what I'm saying? Another thing you need to look into: what's his 3 to 5 year plan? What's his aspirations? Is he really in school for something? And if he's really in school for something, is he passing the classes that he needs in order to get whatever certifications, degrees, diplomas, or whatever the case may be, in order to have a better future? You know, is he taking whatever classes, seminars, and workshops that can help him get to the higher level? Is he doing any of that? You really have to look into those things to pull away from just potential to what's progression. All right. So yeah, what's his 3 to 5 year plans and what is he doing to attain them? Like if he's working toward them and each step, every little step he takes, there's proof. You know what I'm saying? There's lines in the sand. There's markers that can be tracked, that you can look at and be like, okay, this person is progressing. This person is said what they said they were going to do. And even if they fail at it a little bit, what's their backup plan? Do they have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G out here? And if they do, okay, now you're looking at a progressive person. Is this person loyal to you? Are they willing to not be out here chasing everything in a skirt? Now, granted, you have people that are in polygamous or polygyny situations, and they're making it do what it do, and that's them, right? But for most people, they're looking for that whole monogamy lineup, right? Yeah. And with that being said, is this dude forsaking other women or whatever? You know what I mean? Is he ducking and dodging them? Women flirting, trying to holler at him or whatever. Is he not entertaining any of that? Hell, he might flirt a little bit from time to time, but that's where it stops. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he showing progression in that field? That he has your back. He has your best interest in mind. Is he showing progression in that? Is he showing progression that he's willing to cheer you on? And it ain't just all about him. You know what I mean? Because support is a two-way street. Yeah, a woman is usually supposed to be a man's helpmate or whatever the case may be. But whenever a woman has something that's in her heart that she wants to do, is he shunning it? Or is he giving her a pat on the back and be like, yeah, all right, boo, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Being a good doting husband in a way, you know what I mean? So yeah, is he showing progression in that? Is he showing progression in his soul? Is he reading more and passing knowledge on to you so you can also be a better person as well? You see, progression is showing up with resources and tangibles that can help bring stability to a marriage, bring stability to a union. This has to be set up ahead of time before people have children. I mean, that's usually the best course of action. You set up yourself, you go from potential to progress, and as you're progressing, that progression turns into security, and that security, if consistent, will be around forever and always, especially if you have children who can follow the example that you set. But you see, you got to put in the work for progression. And women, you got to look out for what they're doing. See, don't look at what a person says and how they treat you sexually, how they knock your socks off and doing little romantic things maybe, you know what I mean? Giving you heart candies, flowers, and taking you on trips and stuff like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Being all romantical and things of that nature, right? You have to pull away from that and look at what they say they do. You know what I mean? Look at their actions, not their words. Actions speak louder than words, remember that. And if they're putting in the action, that they're making the moves that they say they are and then some, that they're living up to the promise that they make to you, well, respect that man and run with it. Respect that guy for what he's doing and trying to build something with your ass. And I'm not only saying that because you have some women, they'll get with a dude that's potential, that becomes progress, and they'll mess around and try him because they think he lame or they think they can run all over him, or he too nice of a guy, or some bullshit like that. Like, for example, Russell Wilson and Ciara. Russell Wilson and Ciara, they have a nice union going, I mean, from what I understand, he helped purchase her masters for her so she could take that money and start her own record label. You know what I mean? That's love, baby. He's a progressive man showing love to this woman. Now, in Ciara's case, all she has to do is play her part as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as a business lady, and pursue her passion still. You know what I'm saying? That's all she got to do. Keep their union going strong, right? Now, if Ciara were to, hypothetically, if she were to be like, you a square, you a lame, this, that, and the third, all this other silly shit, or she has a side dude who's a street dude, because, that's probably, they say, that's who she used to deal with, so they say, so she feels she's tired of him being corny, she's tired of the stability, so she wants excitement back in her life, so she figures this little bit of drama will be fun to have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if she were to turn around and do some stupid shit like that, then her goof ass don't need a good dude, a man that's progressive. Because you gotta understand, dudes who are progressive, especially those who are loyal or whatever the case may be, they want a good woman on their side. So you have to show progression in their field as well. You know what I mean? In that area, showing that you're willing to be cooperative, showing that you're willing to be a helpmate. Because remember, progression is a two-way street. You know what I mean? How are you mentally as a person? Emotionally, are you still hurt and scarred? Do you need time to be by yourself for a while, to heal yourself, love yourself in full, then get with somebody? You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at your progression as well. Because if he's already set up, ready to go, and you're not, if anything, your baggage might slow him the fuck down. So you have to look at what's needed in order for you to progress. Just like you looking for a dude, and he has to show signs that he is progressing and moving forward, bringing assets and tangibles and intangibles that go a long way. Looking at their actions, showing that they're doing what they can to either attain these resources or maintain what they've gained. All right? So yeah, I'm going to end this with a story real quick. Ex of mine had a conversation with her, right? We had broken up, but we were still having conversations with one another, right? We were still kind of cool. And one of the things that we talked about, see, I had just graduated college around the time or whatever. You know what I mean? I was maybe like 8 months out of college. Got my bachelor's in English from Florida International University or whatever, right? So, I'm figuring my way out in the literary world, So this around the time when I think I started deciding to look into freelancing or whatever. So I'm coming up with business cards and stuff like that, and seeing what events I can hit up so I can try to so I can try to work with other people who have businesses, whatever, see what services I can offer them and make moves with them or whatever the case may be, right? Now, in the middle of the discussion, this dude who she was talking to, the guy was already married, probably on the verge of divorce, something like that, she was telling me. And, she was kind of having her fun a little bit. You know what I mean? She was messing with one dude, but then messing with this dude who's supposedly married, on the way out from divorce. and talking to some other dudes, her jumping back into her whole phase, or whatever the case may be, right? Now, in the middle of the conversation or whatever, she was saying how the guy who she dealing with, the one that's married, and the guy had kids. He had a kid from another woman who put him on child support. 2 kids from another woman who put him on child support. And a kid with his current his ex-wife at the time, or wife at the time, whatever the case may be, right? And, they sitting at their vibing and stuff like that. The dude was making around $30,000 to $35,000 a year. I'm not gonna say what the guy did, but just know that he was making around $30,000 to $35,000. And the ex, she told me straight up that even though she was like, yeah, I see you out here, you working on your business and you figuring out your freelance situation and looking to put together books and stuff, and you following what you doing. But because this dude, keep in mind, he owes child support and all this other shit, right? This dude is seen as more of a provider because he does take care of his kids, right? So she said, or whatever, and so she seen. She was like, she see him more of as a leader or whatever than me, because I'm not necessarily making any money right now. You know what I mean? And this is just her honest opinion, straight up and down. Because in a way, I'm still in the potential phase. Me, I'm a bit more in the progressive lane now, because I understand how to market myself and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I got a better understanding of things. It's not, I'm not in the dark bunch of it anymore or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got a game plan. I got a plan B and a C in order to make my book grind work. But at the time, I'm still discovering. So I'm in the potential phase. And keep in mind, this is my ex, so it wasn't like I was trying to get with her. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were courting or anything. You know what I mean? Like at one point, I kind of wanted her back, hoping to rekindle something. But, after a few months or so, or whatever, you reflect on what's going on. And you're like, nah, she's kind of doing you a favor. So, yeah, focus on your grind and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, even though I was progressing in my own way, my money wasn't coming in quick enough for her, in her eyes, that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were already broken up or whatever. But in her opinion, by me just not making a livable wage yet, she's seen him as more of as a leader because he was progressing by going to work and taking care of his kids. Granted, the dude, he's not going back he didn't go back to school for anything. And you ain't got to go to college to be progressing. It ain't like he went back to trade school or anything. Hell, I don't even think the brother barely had a GED or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's who she wanted to deal with. That's who she want, the type of guy she want to deal with. Then so be it. But bottom line, she put me in that, he's just potential category. I can't eat off that right now. I got to get with somebody who's making some kind of money, a livable wage, and looks like he can take care of a family, even though they might not be the best husband in terms of faithfulness or anything like that. What she claimed that she wanted. You know what I mean? Because those main tangibles were there, she was willing to run with it, deal with the guy who was married at the time, who said that he was going through it with his wife, saying that she was going to be the ex-wife soon. So yeah, after hearing her say that shit, it just sort of opened my eyes and be like, well, it further proved that, okay, if you ain't making moves, making money, then shit, a woman that look at your ass sideways, period. I mean, that's something I've been knew. I just had to figure out which way to go in order for me to get paid. Because hell, growing up as a kid, I always knew I wanted to get into business, but I didn't know what business to get into. And I remember looking at and I put this in my baller manual, in the So You Want to Be a Baller manual. In the first chapter, I explained how I wanted to get it at age 8. I wanted to get into business, but I didn't know what. And after seeing the movie Strictly Business, I was like 8, 9 years old or something like that. 8, 9, 10 years old. I know I was in elementary when I saw it. And I was like, wow, Wayman Tinsdale, that's the lead character, the main character or whatever in that movie, Strictly Business, with Halle Berry was in it. I was like, wow, if I'm in business, I can drive I can have a nice place, drive a fly BMW, have nice clothes, and have a Halle Berry on my side. Hell yeah, I'm gonna get into business. Now Wayman Tinsdale character, he was a real estate developer or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, maybe I can get into that in the future. Who knows? But I knew I had to get into business somehow. Now, I'm learning, taking my licks, my bumps and bruises as I figure things out, But for the most part, I'm getting there. I'm progressing. I'm doing what the fuck I said I was going to do. You know what I mean? Slow motion's better than no motion. And because I put in the right enough work in order for me to secure what it is I want to do, I'm going to be all right. I have the knowledge. I just got to get the cash flow. A little bit of an investment, low investment, high reward when it comes to me. That's pretty much the situation that I'm setting up for myself. You know what I mean? A low risk, high reward type of situation. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. I took my licks, my bumps and bruises. Only thing that I can do is come up. Got nothing to lose and everything to gain, baby. Who the fuck gonna stop me? Progress, baby. Progress. That's what you look for. Anyway, let me get up off here. Take my ass to sleep, set my alarm, get up in like maybe 4 hours or whatever, and make a few moves or whatever. So yeah, catch up with y'all another time. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.